Jack? Jack. All right, we're going to film the back of your head then, kid. Hello. Hello, everyone.
Jack got some parcels today.
You got some parcels, didn't ya?
Look, it's like it's Christmas time or his birthday.
Have a look at that. A friend of ours, Marshall and Kristen, sent us these from Las Vegas. So they're absolute legends. They've got a little baby as well, and they sent us these little treats because they said, you know what? These are the things you're going to need. All right, we also received this from Finn Nation. That is a sweet little message that he's written. And speaking of which, little man over there's starting to get grizzly. But perfect book, man, perfect book. What's that? A nose fritter. Oh, so this is a snot sucker. So this gets the snot out of his mouth, his nose. Hey, I'm going to use this for me.
I've heard from all mothers that that is the best gift.
Really?
Yes. It is the #1 device that all mothers want.
You guys can't be serious. This is too generous. Some people are so generous, aren't they? Look at that little man.
I like this one.
What's all this? Thank you to Finn Nation. Thank you to Marshall and Kristen for their awesome little presents. And Hannah and I are going to go through, we're going to put Jack down to sleep, and we're going to go through our top 5 items that have got us through the last 6 weeks. All right, Legends.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah, hashtag not sponsored. So Legends, we thought we'd sit down and give you our top 5 products that have got us through having a baby in the first few weeks. None of this stuff is sponsored. There's been no money that's exchanged hands here. We're just giving you some tips on the minority of you that are having a baby or have recently had a baby. We've had a lot of messages from people saying that they're having babies and stuff. So here's our top... And
recommending products and things like that.
Yeah. So here's our top 5. What's #1?
#1 would be, well, let's start with the food. The Thermomix and Uber Eats tied for #1.
Really? Thermo. So yeah, we've talked about our Thermomix in the past. That thing is pretty amazing. I can get up in the morning, put the porridge on, get it going, and then go check on the baby or do whatever I have to do, right? Have a shower, and within 10 minutes this thing's made perfect porridge for me. And stuff like that. Like, it does amazing. Hannah does most of the cooking.
Easy dinners, lunches, you name it. Stuff to put in the freezer. It's just been so good. Yeah.
And when we can't be bothered doing cooking, Uber Eats, man. We smash Uber Eats. It is just the best way because you don't have much time when you've got the bub, when you're training, when you're working. And so Uber Eats or Deliveroo.
Yeah,
or just any of those online apps.
Food
like
delivering service.
Coles Online.
Coles Online.
Coles
Amazing.
Online, man. We smash Coles Online. We just get all of our groceries delivered. And I'll do a separate video about Coles Online because it's a bit hit and miss.
For the most 99% or 95%, it's pretty good. But
it's pretty good most of the time. What else?
I don't know how you would have lived without it back in the day. So the second thing is probably a little bit more of a personal item, but the Medela breast pump. I've got the Freestyler and I don't think I could have lived without it. Having come home from the hospital and I wasn't able to breastfeed for the first week, so I needed to stimulate my milk to be able to breastfeed Jack, so therefore I had the breast pump, which I needed. And also going forward, it's allowed me to be able to pop out, go back to Pilates and leave Mark to be able to feed Jack.
When you have a baby, the breast milk is supposed to come straight away, but sometimes it takes a few days, right? So we're sitting here going, okay, how are we going to feed our baby? And especially the biggest challenge about this whole baby thing is when you bring the baby home, how do you feed your baby? What do you do? Do you feed it breast milk? What if the breast milk isn't coming? So this little Freestyler Medela breast pump was awesome. And the good thing about it is Hannah can start going back to Pilates now. And obviously using the breast pump to sort of put her milk from her titties in bottles. And then I can feed the baby while she's at Pilates. So, mate, absolute
I've recommended
amazing.
It to all my friends as well, and I think it's something that it's good to have before you have the baby because you never know what's going to happen, and it would have been so stressful to have to try and find a breast pump, do the research and get one, you know, last minute, that it was good just to have, and knowing that down the track you would use it anyway, even if you don't need it at the start. If you're fine and you can breastfeed, no problem, at least you know if you want to go back to work or you want to go out again, leave, you know, be able to have a babysitter or leave with dad. It's perfect. It's great. So the next thing would be the iBaby monitor. This is Mark's baby.
Yeah, the iBaby monitor. So what you want to do is when you're in the next room, you want a little camera to make sure your baby's all sweet. When the baby's young like this, in the first couple of months, few months, say 6 months, there's a big risk of sudden infant death syndrome. So you really need to keep an eye on the baby, make sure his mouth and airways and his breathing and his stuff like that. So having a baby monitor,
peace of mind as well for
yeah,
parents.
it's peace of mind as well. So when we're lying in the bedroom, to hear the baby, like to actually look on this iBaby monitor and see the baby breathing and stuff. This camera is outstanding. Even in pitch black, you can still see the baby. It has infrared. You can see the baby as clear as day in pitch black, which is pretty friggin' amazing if you ask me.
From anywhere.
From anywhere. Like this is, I could, like the other day, right? I was down at the hospital at work and I looked on my iBaby app and I couldn't believe it. I thought you had to be connected to Wi-Fi to see this iBaby thing. There's Hannah in her undies bending over, picking up the baby, right? And I'm like, oh my God, what if someone got my camera? What if someone got my phone? They could creep my missus hard. So it was pretty spun out. And then I started talking, because what you can do is you can actually talk into this thing. And then I started talking into it. And it absolutely freaked Hannah out.
I grabbed the baby and ran out of the room.
Yeah, she grabbed the baby. So that was the first time we'd actually used it. But mate, I can honestly say this product is a 9 out of 10. It is outstanding. And we've only...
Why not a 10 out of 10? You never mark high.
I don't give 10 out of 10s. I don't mark high. So for me, an 8 out of 10's high.
Yeah. So the next one, leading on from obviously bottle feeding, is the sterilizer. We got the Philips Advent, and it's just a microwave one. It takes 2 minutes, and it's super, super easy. I wouldn't bother with anything else, I think. The electric ones take up a lot of space, and at least you can travel with this one, and obviously I use it every day. And then special mention would be the Medela sterilising bags. They're just as easy, and they're probably better for travelling because they're just nice and little, and they take 60 seconds. They just don't hold as much as what the Advent one does. Yeah. All right, and the final one, I know you've all seen it before, but it's the Ubi nappy bin.
Yeah, mate, that Ubi nappy bin. So
no wonder it's won all the awards.
Yeah, so we had a lot of banter in a few vlogs ago in the comments about the Ubi bin, and because we made it pretty much the main part of our
I got sold on all of its awards. You don't get the nappy smell because it's stainless steel.
Did you just make that up?
Yeah. I fully just made that up. I don't even think it is stainless steel. Let's see what the box says. Oh shit, I'm a marketer's dream. I really am.
Rational.
It is, it's made of steel. Like me. Locks in odour, and it's got a child safety lock, so the baby can't reach in, grab a nappy and play with it.
So as if a 6-month-old is gonna, like a 3-month-old is gonna reach in.
I know.
It is an outstanding bin, mate. It keeps the smell. Like, he does the stinkiest nappies ever, and problem solved, man.
And you don't have to you don't have to go out and take the bins out every day.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. Yeah,
it's sensational. I love it.
And so it just takes normal garbage bags as well.
Yeah.
Super easy.
So there you go, legends. For the minority of you probably that are having babies or have just had a baby, there are our recommendations. And if you've got any comments or you've got anything you want to share with us, any tips, mate, we're always open to it. And put them in the comments below. And if you want us to give, if you've just had a baby and you want us to give you tips, put them in the comments below, and we'll give you some tips outside of what we've talked about here. I've just headed out for a cheeky pedal as the sun sets.
I know that you're curious, I know that you're strong, but life can be furious and things can go wrong. You go, we're better off tomorrow, but who knows, who knows.
The wind whispers soft through the grass, hun. The field mice they make not a peep. It's been 38 minutes already. Jesus Christ, what the f***? Go to sleep. All the kids from daycare are in dreamland. The froggy has made his last leap. Hell no, you can't go to the bathroom. You know where you can go. To sleep.